Hello everybody, welcome to the Tube. We got a lot going on. Here's our lineup. Netanyahu goes to Paris and gets ridiculed at home. An exclusive interview with VP of Tech at Warner Brothers. The Israeli printer that can fit in your pocket. Disney built a robot that draws in sand. And some fun-loving zombies will get you jumping. Here we go. Hashtag Je suis Charlie has become one of the most popular news-related hashtags in the history of Twitter, the company said Friday. People have been using the hashtag to show solidarity with the employees of French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. After the terror attack on a kosher supermarket in Paris, Twitter saw the rise of another hashtag, Je suis juif, I am Jewish, trending in solidarity with the victims. But there is also bad news. The supporters of the attacks in France have started to raise their ugly heads on social media with their own hashtag, the Je suis Kouachi, after the two brothers who executed the attacks. Activists requested Twitter to block the hashtag as a whole, yet the social network has yet to respond. Meanwhile, dozens of musicians around the world recorded songs under the hashtag Je suis Charlie. Here's one of them, not cynical at all.
À jamais dans nos esprits, un coup de calage, point un coup de crayon, tu salis ta religion. Partir en civil, faire le djihad, revenir faire des fusillades, c'était ça ton plan de carrière. Penses-tu aux familles qu'il y a derrière? T'es-tu vraiment senti menacé par un pauvre crayon à papier? Faire de l'humour dans un journal mérite-t-il la peine capitale? Si tu te demandes où est Charlie.
Tech companies, including Facebook, Google, and Apple, have condemned the attacks in France. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg published a post on his personal profile page on Friday morning, calling for a rejection of extremists trying to silence the voices and opinions of everyone else around the world. I won't let that happen on Facebook, wrote Zuckerberg, and immediately found himself under attack for being a platform that offers tons of bullying and racist hate speech while censoring primarily photos of women breastfeeding. Zuckerberg also revealed he had received death threats 2 years ago in response to content depicting the Prophet Muhammad on the social network. But if the future of free speech depends on Facebook, we're all in trouble. The Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, flew to France to attend the mass rally in the French capital, honoring the victims of French terror attacks after reports of the French officials asking him not to come to Paris due to security difficulties. Here in Israel, some were, well, very amused by Netanyahu's visit and his efforts to be in the first line of the march with President Hollande. Israeli viral video king Noy Alush was quick to react with a Looney Tunes version of the images. There was also a very bizarre event where the Prime Minister had to wait for a bus to take him to the demonstration. Netanyahu seemed very unhappy of the situation. Soon afterwards, memes started to fly around the Israeli web, bashing the Prime Minister best as they could. Here are two prime examples. Oh, dramatic, Netanyahu, so dramatic. Last week, right here in Tel Aviv, the Israeli Ministry of Economy has held its foreign trade conference for the first time ever, which is Nice. What's even nicer is that among its key speakers was Alex Magen, a former Israeli with a vast career in the entertainment world and currently Warner Brothers Senior Vice President of Technology and Products. He came to the conference to advise Israeli startups on how to reach the big entertainment and media giants of Hollywood. Get your notes ready for some sound advice in our special report.
Warner Brothers, possibly the world's leading media and entertainment giant, and leading it into the 21st century through the volatile intersection of Hollywood and technology is this man, Alex Magen, Senior Vice President of Technology and one of the nicest guys in the business. Magen, half Israeli, visited Tel Aviv last week as a keynote speaker at Israel's first foreign trade conference. His goal? To guide Israeli startups and entrepreneurs with some golden advice on their way to the American media market. And this is what he had to say.
Well, I'm focusing primarily on the U.S. because there are some differences between the U.S.'s approach in entertainment and media. But you know, some of the advice is specific to do with an entertainment company and Israeli companies and their connection, and some is very general. But you know, from my experience on both the side of being in the entertainment companies and having meetings with Israeli startups, and being on the other side in the years that I was living in the United States and working with Israeli startups, I've learned that there are certain basic rules, and you know, one of them includes focusing primarily on what is my product. Get to that quickly and focus on it, and don't spend so much time telling me about which venture capital firm has invested in me and you know, who my founders are, because as much as that may be interesting to you, the company that you're meeting with wants to know, what are we going to do together?
In recent years, more than a few Israeli startups such as Kaltura, VideoSurf, and AnyClip have caught the eye of Warner Brothers executives, giving the Hollywood giant a taste of their video solutions tech. That seems to be exactly what Magen is looking for.
And so when companies can show me how I can use my wonderful and powerful brands, franchises, and characters to make a connection with consumers in ways outside of the films and television shows that we make, it's very exciting to me. So the companies that are focusing in that area are very compelling. And then way on the other side, there's a lot of the kind of bread and butter of what is expected out of Israeli companies, like their skills with security, which I think everybody knows is now a particularly hot issue, is also very interesting to us.
Red-hot, big-screen super brands such as Batman, Harry Potter, Mad Max, The Hobbit, Superman, and the Lego Movie have made 2014 a record year for the company, bringing Warner Brothers more than $3 billion in box office sales alone. Unlike most entertainment empires, Warner Brothers and Magen seem not to fear the internet and its disruptive technologies, seeing opportunities where others see a threat to their business model.
You know, we embrace, all of them are now starting very much to embrace what needs to be done and how we can take advantage of these technologies. But at the same time, we're careful because we realize that what we do is very special. It is the most desirable properties that all of these companies want to get their fingers on, and we would love to work with them, but we want to do it under such circumstances that it really helps us achieve what we're trying to do, which is not only to make wonderful content, but to distribute it to everybody and maintain a connection between the consumer and our content, you know, for the long term.
Coming from an executive background in some groundbreaking tech entertainment startups such as MySpace and Launch Media, he does not share Hollywood's fear of new technologies, nor does he view it as a novelty.
You know, everybody talks about the merger of technology and entertainment and media as if it's new. And it's not new. It's not the slightest bit new. I've been reading books. You know, I've only been working at Warner Brothers for a year now. I've been working at other large media companies before that, and I've been reading about the old history of these companies. Technology in the entertainment space is as old as the entertainment space itself. And that goes back to when plays were produced on stage and brilliant directors and producers figured out how to make things look larger than they were, to Charlie Chaplin Nolan's creations in film, where it was not just about the way it was shot, but about the technology that was used to make it. I think that we have a long tradition of using technology not only to make our content better, but to create a tighter connection between our fans and consumers and the content. I think this is a natural progression. Is it accelerating? Probably, but everything is accelerating as a result of technology and the connections that exist.
Magen's bright and positive attitude towards the web and its game-changing technologies, as well as Hollywood's entire business, recently came under heavy shadow of the now infamous Sony hack and the forced online release of the interview. His response to the matter shows just how sensitive the issue is.
Kane could come over from the side of the screen right now and pull me off. That's what I would have it do. Next question.
But regardless of any cyber apocalypse looming over the horizon, Alex Magen's speech in Tel Aviv has shown the way for Israeli startups who seek to make their Hollywood dreams come true. With him in charge, these dreams seem more realistic than ever.
And now for some news we owe you from last week's CES convention in Vegas. And it's good news for Israeli tech and specifically for one promising startup. Zuta Labs, a modest Israeli company, was chosen for the first prize in the innovation producer section of the convention. Let's give them a round of applause. Based in Tel Aviv, the startup presented a palm-sized device that runs across a page like a little robot and prints out text exactly as printheads would do in an inkjet printer. But instead of loading paper into a feed, a user loads the Zuta Labs printer onto a page and the printer takes care of the rest. It takes about 40 seconds to print a standard A4 page. Here is this very cool product in action. Well, I don't know, it looks super cool, but how do you change the pages? You need to bring a new page? I don't get it, but it looks amazing, and probably I just don't know what you need to do with the page. And now for our ongoing segment, robots do crazy stuff, and today, art. Disney Research Lab has developed a robot that can draw on sand. Yes, they did. They call him Beachbot, and it looks like a turtle. The robot works by dragging a set of pins through the sand, sort of like a rake. Each pin is individually raisable, allowing the bot to draw lines of varying thicknesses. What is it good for? What do you mean? It's a robot drawing on sand. What isn't it good for? The crazy part, the robot knows to take an image and draw it on the sand by itself. That means that a small orange turtle knows how to draw better than you. Ha ha ha. Now, last night, the Golden Globe for Best Comedy Series was given to Transparent, a TV show made for the web by Amazon. Web distribution took a very important step for recognition. Now, a new movie is going to be distributed on the web, and not because of threats by North Korea, no. Setting out to get his directional debut film, Hits, into a theater, actor and stand-up comedian David Cross has launched a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter to raise $100,000. At the same time, the movie will be released to selected theaters. You'll be able to download it by torrent bundle for an all-you-can-pay price. This will be the first big release of a movie on BitTorrent. Here is a part of the trailer of his film. It's looking good.
There's potholes everywhere. This town is a farce.
Shine, Mr. Steuben.
Maybe you should chill out on these meetings.
I have had it with this guy.
This is America. I have a freedom of speech. You will hear me.
Last night at my mom's council meeting, this guy got arrested. Showing up and ranting and raving. And town of Liberty, New York has become...
Okay, now it's time for some viral goodies on our social watch. Relax your arms, move your head back, and prepare for some full chill mode with this crazy parkour stuntman running away from zombies. That's scary. Okay, not likey. That's it. This show is over. Thank you very much for watching. Log on to our Twitter, our Tumblr. It's TheTube24. We'll be here tomorrow. And always remember, we'll be here tomorrow. I like you. Goodbye.